Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live, the last trading session of 2023. What a great year it was for the financial markets, stock market especially, with some great movement over the course of 2023. Market, quite frankly, it is up on the year. I'm just going to look at the S&P 500 before we do the market update, but the S&P 500 on 2023 roughly about a 26% rate of return. So that's what some of the things we're going to discuss here on the show on Investing and Trading Live on the podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. We do appreciate the Spreaker app listeners, Spreaker app listeners. It really helps the algos. But we do this each and every single day. Today we're going to do a market update, a pre-market update, since the market is not open as of yet. It is currently 8:20 a.m. Central Time. Markets open up in about 10 minutes. So we'll do a market update. We'll look at your stocks, your major markets, your major indexes. We're going to peek at our HNT mobile tokens. Cryptocurrency has been on a tear. Well, it was and then slowed down a little bit, so we'll check that out right quick. We'll probably end with some stocks and some commodities as well. But as we know, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only, mainly mine. But hopefully you find it entertaining as well. S&P 500, we're looking at the SPY at 476.69 at the close yesterday. Right near all-time highs. Not the high of the day, but we are right at all-time highs from 2021. So the markets have had zero gain in the last 2 years, even though the market was up 26% this year. We are still at zero gain in the last 2 years. So whoop-de-doo is what they like to say. The kids like to call it. So not a whole lot of to talk about the S&P 500. Dow Jones is at all-time highs. So these markets are opening pretty much flat on the day. This is going to open up just up ever so slightly, about 9 cents or so. So it's at 377.03 of the close yesterday. So we have surpassed all-time highs, and we are about 2% above those all-time highs of 2021. So I've been talking about on the show a few times here now, if you check out the archives. My theory, and are theories truth? Well, we don't know if theories are truth. They are just theories, and that's about it. Mainly, they're basically opinions based off something. Well, based on an opinion of mine, I feel today will be the exact high, once again, of the market, and we're going to see a potential drop here again. That being said, I don't have a crystal ball. This is not a recommendation to short the market, but that is my entertainment for today. Since that's exactly what happened in 2021, we are now 2 years later. I feel we're going to hit the highs, and we're going to see a drop for, I don't know how long. I'd have to see when we see some supply come in, but just based off of weird things happening, if you know the market where it dropped in 2008, and was it 2008? Yeah, 2008. And where the exact bottom of the market, you go and do your own research and figure that out. And you will see that stuff is not by chance. So, that being said, today I feel is going to be the high of the market for a little bit of time. But we will find out next week if I'm actually correct or if I'm just talking out of my you-know-what. So, that is your Dow Jones Industrial Average. QQQ, which is your NASDAQ. Also surpassing all-time highs just ever so slightly. Market's going to be pretty flat again here today. Yesterday it was down a little bit, about we'll call it flat. 411.30 is where the Qs ended up yesterday at, and it looked like we're going to open up right around there as well. IWM has been the lagger behind the other three indexes. So this one here still is down, right around 16% or so, depending on when you listen to the archives here. If you're listening live, we appreciate that on the Spreaker app. So, all right, that's your major market update. IWM is 204.04. It was down about 0.38% on the day yesterday. So as far as other major ETFs, USO was the only one that was really showed some weakness. It was about down 2.5% on the day, currently at 67.18 for the USO. That's the United States oil. Basically, it's tracking oil is what it is. It's the ETF for that. No other big movers yesterday with the ETFs. So going to your commodities, I want to look at oil real quick. Oil is same type of action. 72.05 for oil. Prices at the pumps have been down a little bit, but the last week or so it's been up. So I've noticed that fluctuate a little bit. That usually lags a little behind oil prices. Gold, $2,061, down a little bit the last couple days, down about 1.5% the last 2 days. So we did reach a high of 2,085. I do like to see that continue to go up, but we will see what happens there moving forward. Silver at 23.62, respectively. These markets are open. This is down actually 1.5% today. So silver's struggling today. So today we have next week we got FOMC minutes, JOLTS job openings next week, and ISM manufacturing PMI. Those are all on the 3rd, so that would be on Wednesday next week. So that's your commodities. Bitcoin, 42,905 even. Still continuing that uptrend over the past month and a half or so, up about 28%. Let's go look at our HNT. So first I want to look at Solana. Solana has been kind of in the news a little bit, but driving bigly from September till now, up about 526%. HNT is what I want to look at because this baby is up 500%. Well, no, we're down a little bit there. So we're down up 400% since September as well. No, since the beginning of November. So that one really skyrocketing straight up. I do like that moving forward. Mobile token at 0.004. This had just been nuts lately. As you know, we've been mining mobile token, which is Helium token. I don't know what you want to call it, but Helium is the considered the mobile token for 5G cell service, basically providing cell service. And this is going nationwide, $20 a month. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to check that out. You might be able to get a much lower monthly phone bill with HNT Mobile, Helium Mobile. Helium currently at $7. To put that in context, it was at about $1.50 a month ago. All right, NVIDIA was kind of flat yesterday. So NVIDIA, right at all-time highs again. That's been doing really well. Apple was up just a little bit yesterday and near all-time highs. Still down a little bit from there. Tesla down much more than that. So some of these big players that have been driving the market, which could be good for the stock market. They're not how they were, but the market is up lately. And these Magnificent Seven, other than your NVIDIA and Apple, but Tesla, I would consider it somewhat in there. It hasn't been performing, and Meta is right coming back to all-time highs again. So that one is looking pretty good. Google is looking pretty good as well. So a lot of these have had a big retracement over the past. Well, really, Google had a great year actually. Google on the year, depending on when I look here, but Google up about 60% on the year. Not bad for Google. Way to go. Carvana. I don't want to look at that one. So other stocks, you got Target up to 142, coming out of that demand zone that we called long time ago. Did some options on that. Man, maybe should have just bought the stock outright, but that would have just tied up a lot of capital because it's $142 per share. To put that into context, some options that we did only cost us maybe like 20 grand or something, but it wasn't much. To buy the stock outright, I mean, if you want to buy 1,000 shares of that, you're going to need, quite frankly, 140 grand. So you're tying up a little more capital to do that. So the rate of return isn't as good, but the dollar amount is better. So I personally like rate of return better because you can do more with less, and then you can use and allocate your monies in other places as well. So that's Target. Schwab, 69.55. 1 minute till the open. We'll get to the open and then we'll close it out for the day. Market is open now, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Markets are down. A lot of the stocks are down today. Dick's Sporting Goods is down. Nike's actually up. Coinbase is down 0.5%, but that's been on a tear for quite some time. Really, since the 2023, it's up almost 500%. So that's going to probably mirror what Bitcoin is doing. Nordstrom's, we did some options on that not a few months ago, probably a month ago, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. And that one, same story, probably could have just bought it outright, but with the capital that was required to do the option, it just doesn't make sense to buy it outright, even though you would have made more dollars, but the rate of return was better. Caesar's Palace is down. It's at 47.63. Goldman Sachs is down. So a lot of the markets are down, actually, other than showing a flat market for your indexes. But a lot of the stocks and ETFs are down, which is odd. It's been doing that a lot lately. BHG up again, 4.6%. Still a dog. Turtle Beach down, it's at 1089. So that, my friends, is your stock market update for the last trading day of the year, December 29th, 2023. What a great year it was for the stock market, great year for the options market, a great year for the futures market, and a great year for the Forex market. But don't forget, it was also a phenomenal year for the crypto market. So it's a great year for trading and investing. Looking forward to another phenomenal year in 2024. We do appreciate all the listeners. We've had a ton of new listeners here over the course of the last 1 year, 2023. Appreciate all that. With a lot of subscriptions, a lot of subscribing to the podcast. By the way, the podcast is subscribe. It is free, by the way. So don't be afraid to do that. Smash that like. You'll get updated on the Spreaker app, Spreaker. Spreaker app when we go live each and every single morning with a market update. So that is your market update for the last trading day of the year. We're going to have to do a market recap of 2023 once the market is closed, probably either tomorrow or this weekend or early next week. We'll get a market recap on the winners and the losers of 2023. That being said, as always, collect your profits when they're given to you and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.